Hi guys, welcome back to the Predator Tackle YouTube channel. We've had some great questions this week in and out of the shop, and one of these questions this week's come from Mike Weatherby, which asked us what has happened to the Punch CrawZ from Z-Man. Well, unfortunately, Mike, as we had a conversation, the Z-Man Punch CrawZ have been discontinued. And the question was, well, what's going to replace them? What can we do? What is the alternative? So what we've done, I've laid out a few of the core alternatives that are available from Z-Man, and I'm just going to run through them and to give you sort of like a bit of the pros and cons for each one. So there's quite a few to go through, but the key element with anything with Z-Man is the ElazTech. Yeah, so that 10 times stretch of ElazTech that a Z-Man product will allow you to do can, you know, and it's very sort of like simple really. It's a stretchy floating material. That's what ElazTech is done. And Z-Man were the first people on the market to basically perfect this, to make sure that the products that they do float and they do stretch. And so what does that mean? It gives you more time on a bite, especially if you're sea fishing or anything with basically that's got teeth. So the first one we're going to look at is the CrawZ. Yeah, now CrawZ is a really small 2-inch bait. Yeah, so stretches, look at that, you couldn't do that with many other baits. Yeah, stretches, has a real nice little hook vein on the side of it, or on the front of it, or the back of it, depends on how you want to rig it, and it has a nice little bulbous body around it with little tentacles coming off it. All right, so the CrawZ is a really tiny 2-inch bait. Yeah, stepping up from a CrawZ, probably one of a firm favourite for a lot of people, for the perch anglers and the rasp anglers, is the TRD bug. This is a June bug colour. Yeah, anything with the bugs as well, you'll notice the bugs, because they're quite a light bait, they're really heavily salted. Yeah, I did have this one in my mouth earlier. Again, very, very, very stretchy. You can see the salt actually pinging off that one. All right, so TRD bugs, 2.75 inch, sort of like stepping it up. A different one that's certainly out there is a TRD hog. Right, the hog has a clear, you know, is a very sort of like different bait. Okay, I'll try and hold it up. It does has quite a few sort of like tentacles, but it has a real ribbed effect. Yeah, so it does really, really move around, you know, without you having to do stuff. So it will sort of like, you know, you can probably see the tentacles and the ribs a little bit better as I stretch it. All right, so that is the TRD hog. Okay, I'll go to another firm favourite. Is the TRD, what is this, Brad? I forgot. It's the TRD craw. Yeah, okay, the craw, okay, it has basically, it is a little crawfish, yeah. Little tentacles on the side, very bulbous craws on this. So this is again another sort of like perch firm favourite, the TRD craw. 2.5 inch the craw is, yeah, so a little bit smaller than the TRD bug, but a little bit bigger than the CrawZ. Its bigger brother, and I will hold it sort of like side by side the best I can, yeah, is the Pro Craw. Now the Pro Craw is a lot bigger. It's 3.8 inches, so it is a lot bigger, and you can see it's pretty much the same, well, it is the same, okay, it's the same body, same profile, same makeup, just a lot bigger. Yeah, so 3.5 to 2.5 inch, that's the difference between them. So quite a big profile, but that's one of the massive alternatives to the Punch CrawZ, so the Pro Craw. Very keeping on the front to a very alternative. This is the Hella Craw. Now the Hella Craw is quite a new bait, not massively used in the perch scene, but obviously in the sea scene, in the saltwater side, really, really good bait. Okay, lovely hook vein. It's got a real long hook vein on the back of the body, okay, with a little small hook groove on the front. Okay, this one's sort of like joined together. Okay, that's how they come packaged, but look, you know, that is a very stretchy, lovely bait. That colour is Bama Bug, very close to the June bug, but it is a little bit more translucent and a bit more green in it. Really good power bait that one is as well. Moving on to the next one, which is the Turbo Craw. Okay, this is probably the closest alternative to the Punch Craw. Okay, the difference between this one is it's got flaps on it a bit like the bug. Okay, like the TRD bug. So a lot of people use these on the perch side and the the pike side as trailer baits as well as standard baits on their own, and you can rig these normal Ned style. Okay, very stretchy, you know, but the good thing about all these craw type baits is you have the body size and the craws and the flaps basically beef the bait up to make it look actually bigger than it actually is. So there's a lot of motion going on there on itself. One again that is on the QT, okay, is the boar hog. Yeah, so the boar hog again, yeah, a cylindrical sort of like body, but it's ribbed again. These ribbed effects in there really do allow the bait to move around and move a hell of a lot of water. All right, so you're you know, very sort of like very close to the bug type, yeah, and the TRD hog as such, yeah. So still it's probably the big brother more of the TRD hog with the ribs effect on it as well. 3, what we're going to call these, goats. 3 goats, yeah, they don't look like goats, yeah. So baby goat, okay, and billy goat, yeah. So small, medium and large, yeah. What's the difference? The actual size of the baits there is quite a big difference in the body thickness and everything else as well. Really good surface bait as well. Same with any of the Z-Man range. These can be used as surface baits because of the floating capabilities of them all. Yeah, so as a profile, imagine that sitting on top of the water, yeah, the fish looking up will see a big flat profile and causes a lot of shadow and a lot of shape and everything else as well. The other big thing about the goats is they have these little feet, I suppose is the answer, okay, with the bobbles on the end as well, and they do sort of like flap along as you do move them. They're joined at the moment because that's how they come packaged, but you just cut them in half, yeah, and they will literally make a little flutter on top of the water as you're moving them along. So underwater it will obviously go like that, but they do sort of like create quite a big sort of like sound on it. So they are the alternative to the Punch CrawZ in the TRD, sorry, in the Z-Man range, not the TRD range. Okay, you see there's quite a lot of different ones to sort of like go for, yeah. And as I said to you, you can fish these on the top, on the bottom, okay, and you can Ned all these. It's not a case of you can't Ned a Pro Craw. You can, because it will stand up. Yeah, it is. You know, there are bigger Ned style hooks that are available from Z-Man that are in stock as well. So the Pro Shroom, Power Shroom as well, which are a lot bigger hooks and everything else, which will cope with the bigger baits. But flipping it a little bit within the TRD and within the Z-Man ElazTech range, you know, there are a couple of other alternatives that are very much worth a look. Yeah, and from the Mulex, this is probably the sort of like closest to it. This is a 3-inch Crawflex, yeah. So if you remember, the Punch CrawZ had quite a lot of big body with little hooks or little craws on the front. This is very, very similar to this. Again, ElazTech type, okay. This is the Mulex formula, okay. It's got a lot of ribs on the back of this bait as well, with these tiny sort of like little craw hands as such, yeah. Okay, so you can fish that on a cheb if you wish, okay, or on a Ned type system. All right, so that's it, very, very close. Okay, and the other alternative from Savage Gear, okay, is the Ned Craw, okay, which is again a floating stretchy bait. Theirs is ×12, they state, instead of ×10. Z-Man's ×10. Okay, so a very good looking bait as well, you know. So 2 alternatives, but a little bit on the small side compared to the Punch CrawZ. You know, if we were going to say what's the best, the most, you know, the closest to it, it's probably a mix match between these 3 baits, i.e. the Hella, the Pro CrawZ, okay, and the Turbo CrawZ. They are the closest to the Punch CrawZ out there. All right, any questions? What do you prefer? Put them in the comments below. Let us know, what are you using instead, okay, or what are you going to use, you know, but there is a lot of alternatives to you. All right, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment below. See how stretchy. Ooh. 1 metre. I reckon I could get it further, but obviously I don't want to break it. there's nothing wrong with that at all. Look at that.